Tactical Guy 1 here. I'm making this video because I thought to myself, what other video can I make that will hopefully help someone out? Like, what can it do for someone? What can it do for the people that watch the video? Instead of just scaring them about how the government's doing some crazy stuff or how we're getting chemically sprayed by these planes overhead, but we simply can't do anything about it. So what do? You know, nothing but just be scared. I just figured, you know what? Let me make a video about how I used to think that if I would file a motion to dismiss for lack of complaint, it would simply get dismissed, when in fact it wouldn't always work. And I believe I found out why. It says right here, a prosecution by complaint follows different procedures for misdemeanors, infractions, and felonies. So we go to citation procedure when used. Certain misdemeanors and infractions which are specified by statute may be commenced by a written citation and notice to appear before a court or person authorized to accept bail. I put here, watch out for the court clerk. The reason why is because whenever you go in front of a judge and you plead not guilty, where does he send you? Okay, go see the clerk. What do there? You pay bail. Now, some courts have figured out that they can do a sneaky tactic, and that sneaky tactic would be where you go in front, you get a citation. There's no room or anything like that, just the address. So you go to the traffic window, and you go in front of the court clerk, and the clerk asks, what do you want to do? Do you want to fight it or do you want to pay it? And then people usually say, oh, I want to fight it. Okay, sign right here. Okay, thank you very much. Come back on this date. Before you know it, though, it's your trial date. Okay, so be careful with that. I actually did that one time, and I'll tell you a little tactic that I used. I went in front of the court clerk, and this is the first time I actually realized what was going on. And the clerk says, okay, do you want to pay the ticket? I said, no. She goes, do you want to fight it? I said, well, I want to see the judge. And then she said, no, if you want to see the judge, you're going to have to see him at trial. I said, how does that work? I've never heard of that. She's like, well, that's how we do it here. I said, well, I don't know if I want to plead guilty or not guilty. So I want to ask the judge a question or two, and so that's why I'm here to see the judge. She says, well, you can't do that. So, I mean, either you pay or you sign right here. And I said, I'm not signing anything. I promised to appear. I'm here, and I've appeared, and that's it. So I'm going to leave, and, I kept my end of the bargain. She says, well, if you leave just like that, we're going to have to put a warrant for your arrest. And I said, well, if you put a warrant out for my arrest, I said, I'm recording this conversation right now, and I've been recording, so I will have you guys as federal defendants in federal court because you're going to lie. And you're going to have a judge go ahead and put out a warrant as if I didn't appear when I appeared, and I have proof. So, thank you, have a good day, and I just walked off. Because, I didn't promise to sign anything, I promised to appear, that's it. So, anyways, it stayed in limbo for like 6 months, and then it just, you couldn't see it anymore online. It's pretty interesting. This is right here, in lieu of written form, the citation may be filed in electronic form. Okay, that doesn't even matter, but anyways, it goes on to say, the citation is issued when the arresting officer decides to give the defendant a citation rather than bringing the defendant before a magistrate and proceeding upon a complaint. However, if the defendant demands to be taken before the magistrate, the proceedings must be commenced by complaint rather than by citation. If the citation is not verified, the defendant can request that a verified complaint be filed. The arresting officer must issue a citation on any arrest pursuant to Penal Code Section 836, 8365, or 847. A citation cannot be used in lieu of a complaint when the crime committed is one which could be charged as either a misdemeanor or felony. Now, this is where the tricky wording is. So, it says right here, a citation cannot be used in lieu, in other words, instead of a complaint, when the crime committed is one which could be charged as either a misdemeanor or a felony, which, in other words, is a wobbler. So if it could still be, for example, driving on a suspended license, which is an infraction, but they try to charge it as a misdemeanor without your consent, or your, written demand of it in writing, like it's supposed to by law. In other words, then it can be proceeded with only a citation. See, that's what I understand. I could be wrong, so you guys can go ahead and verify this for me later on when I post the links. It says right here, under limited circumstances, the officer need not take a defendant who is specified or designated in a warrant of arrest for a misdemeanor offense into physical custody. Instead, the defendant offense may be released on the issuance of a citation in lieu of physical arrest. The procedure for the citation is the same as for a citation issued in lieu of filing a complaint. Okay, now, what I've done in the past, and this is how I came up with that motion to dismiss peace officers practicing law without a license, and I came up with that because, okay, fine, if they want to say that the officer can file a complaint, when in fact that's really the prosecutor's job, and there's case law on that, and that's why I put it in the motion to dismiss, then he commits a misdemeanor. And now I've never been able to use it myself because I barely came up with it not too long ago. But if I were to do that, I would file this in open court, and I would simply make a citizen's arrest and then go from there. Let's play ball. We're going to make a simple traffic matter into something much more. And it'll be up on YouTube as soon as I am able to ever actually use it. So, but that's me. A lot of people, are saying that I'm incorrect and that the citation cannot be used instead of a complaint because, this and that. But I think they're reading the part where it's for the wobbler and not for the infraction / misdemeanor. And, that's their misunderstanding in my opinion. But I could be wrong. So I believe that a complaint has to be filed for a misdemeanor / felony. But either way, realistically, I believe that it needs to be filed no matter what for everything, because how's the officer representing the state? I mean, that's just a no-brainer. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and Godspeed.